a little tip here, which I use when we're actually editing the model. Sometimes we want to make changes. I don't want to publish this back to the service and then have that live in some environment before I'm ready, and before I can see the effects on my reports. So once I have a model opened locally on my machine, you can actually connect directly to another Power BI file. So how we're going to do that is I'm just going to open DAX Studio.
This is a free download.
Yep.
That you can grab from that site.
Yep.
They've got a lot of great
I would recommend it. Can do tons of stuff. So I'm going to connect. It says connect here. I'm going to pick Power BI model. I'm going to see my Excel model demo. There's a couple of ways to do this. I find I'm just going to connect and I'm just going to hit clear cache. What you're going to notice is it's going to tell me that it's clear cache for this database. And then down here, you'll notice this local host. So these are 2 bits of information which will allow us to connect directly to our open Power BI model on our local machine so that we can make edits to it. We can test out edits before we have to publish it back to our service. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on this. I'm just going to hit Control-C. So I've just, said clear cache for database. Going to hit Control-C. This is, in my opinion, the easiest way just to get this information. And I'm just going to paste it. Now you can see we have this GUID at the end. So I'm going to delete the beginning bit. And now I'm going to write down this number in the bottom right, which is the local host. This is the server. So when you open it, it's going to spin up a kind of analysis services on your local machine at a random port. So this number is random every time you open a file. So just to reiterate what we've done here, we've opened DAX Studio. We've said, I want to connect to the Excel model, which is the one I'm testing out to edit. We've then just taken some bits of information and written them down in Notepad from what DAX Studio have told us. So then I can open a new Power BI. Okay, so I'm going to open this Excel demo. My other one's being slow. This is the one that's currently live connected to my service. If I go to transform data, I can choose data source settings. And I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm going to open my new one. I'm going to go data, go to analysis services. This is an analysis services database. It's opened on your local machine. Power BI has analysis services in the back end, so it's going to run an analysis service instance. This is the data that it's running on. So if I check local host, I put this into my server, and then this is the database that's ran GUID, which I got from DAX Studio. And I'm going to say connect live. If I click OK, you'll see that I'm now connected directly to this Excel model file. Yeah. My mouse is. So this is all the data that I've connected directly live to. So now I'm live connected to a report on my local machine. If I want to test changes, see how my DAX works in a different report with visualizations, I don't have to edit, put the visualizations onto this report. I can test it in a separate report. This is really just a technique I use for error handling, for testing things out, because I don't want to publish this back to the service, back to my workspace, until I realize that my measures work. You can see here, if I create a new measure, I'm going to do a new measure in my model. I'm just going to call this live connect equals 1. So I've created a new measure. If I go to, this is the report that I've connected directly live to my other Power BI file. if I just hit the refresh button, I notice my live connect measure has now showed up. This is great because I don't have to save that file. I don't even have to publish it. As soon as I make any change, I can connect directly to this Power BI report. So this is just kind of a tip I normally use when I want to connect directly. If I'm editing the model file, I don't want to have to publish it. I don't want to have to save my changes until I know that I've done correct changes. And I don't want to mess anything up really.
If you also hate going between windows on your machine, so if you're in desktop and you're trying to model something, edit properties of tables, and then edit maybe the relationships, or you just want to see it all together, this is also a kind of slick way, because this actually is the first way you can split your report build on one screen and your model build on another screen. So all those stupid toolbars you don't have hanging around, or you're tired of clicking around, you can actually have the entire model on a separate screen, develop it there, and then have another separate report that's doing your report building stuff. So you can do like checks or quality checks or whatever else you want to do another report right there, and I find that it's very helpful.
Yeah, and this is also, if you do use an analysis services model, you can use the analysis services if you have in Visual Studio. It'll tell you the host and the database in there. We won't go into this session, but it is possible if you're a large organization using analysis services. Really helpful so you can live connect so you don't have to keep making copies and publishing things.
And in Power BI Premium, if you are in Premium, there is a URL link for your workspace.
Thanks.
So your workspace gets a specific URL that is the analysis services machine that is touching. So you can actually go in and effectively on Premium point the same situation here. You can point directly to the endpoint that's in PowerBI.com as the XMLA endpoint, and you can read only that into your desktop. So you can actually, again, still model things separately, but point at analysis as this model. So all that would work in the Premium space as well. I will put a link to how to do it. I believe there's an XMLA endpoint on their Microsoft's documentation. It shows you how to go get it. So it's only available in the Premium spaces. Any of the A SKUs, and then starting at the P1 SKUs on up, you can use it there.